What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Dope. Alright, man, look. Alright, man, look. There's been accusations about Manny Pacquiao being on PED, so let's discuss the elephant in the room. Okay. Now we know Teddy Atlas had tweets and even on his podcast stating that Manny Pacquiao, calling him a Ferrari and what kind of fuels he's using, right? Okay. And there's been other critics out there, out in social media, accusing Manny Pacquiao, so many words of being on PEDs. How does ShowBizz the Adult feel about it? Okay, so I have many of you show business partners contacting me on Instagram, my DM asking me. This is how I feel about it. Manny Pacquiao against Keith Thurman. Let's talk about that. No VADA testing. They both agreed to it. So initially I thought, well, if one could be using PEDs, so can the other. So there was no reason for me to point out Manny Pacquiao, not Keith Thurman. Why would Keith Thurman use PEDs? Injuries. Whatever it takes to get through his training. I was thinking that as well. Wasn't just thinking Manny Pacquiao, I was also thinking Keith Thurman. But they were fighting for the WBA strap. VADA testing is only mandatory for the WBC. And you also think, man, there's been a lot of failed tests. A lot of boxers guilty of using PEDs. So the probability of another boxer fighting illegally is moderate now. Okay. I've considered that as well. But when I look at the fight, what jumps out to say Manny Pacquiao must be on PEDs, not Keith Thurman? It's Manny Pacquiao. Well, Manny Pacquiao, he won the fight. I guess the one who was on PEDs is going to be victorious that night. The other one isn't, I guess. I don't know. It's a close fight, split decision, officially. Manny Pacquiao, he knocked down Keith Thurman. He's 40 years old. Another reason why he must be on PEDs. Okay. Has Bernard Hopkins ever knocked out anyone at 40 years old? I don't know. George Foreman, man, he was past 40 when he knocked out Michael Moore, keeping his power. The 12th round. Thing is, you've seen George Foreman do that before, knocking guys out. I guess it wasn't that big of a deal for George Foreman either, but it's especially big for Manny Pacquiao. Well, this hasn't just started with Keith Thurman, the speculations and accusations. It's been since 2008, 2011 when Manny Pacquiao was making his rise and jumping up weight classes and keeping his speed and his power. I said keeping his speed and his power. Is that true? Was he a hard puncher at welterweight? Not so much. I mean, he didn't knock out any welterweights. Except for Matisse, Cotto, that was a catchweight. Oscar De La Hoya, TKO, right? Catchweight. He never knocked out a 147-pounder, only Matisse. Okay. So was his power still there? Was he a power puncher at welterweight? I don't know. As far as Keith Thurman, was I shocked that he knocked down Keith Thurman? Not exactly. Keith Thurman, he's not the most durable individual in the world. We've seen him double over from body shots. We saw him get on his skates against Danny Garcia after Danny Garcia hurt him with a good shot. Him and Sean Porter, they fought to the final bell, very close fight. Sean Porter, he's not known as a power puncher. Last time we saw Keith Thurman before Manny Pacquiao, he was rocked. He was rocked severely by Josecito Lopez. wasn't shocked. The biggest reason why I wasn't shocked, because Keith Thurman, when I saw him on his way to the fight in the car, putting on a snarl on his face, remember? He was asleep. He was asleep. We heard reports of Keith Thurman being up all night gambling. I'm not sure if that knockdown in the first round was Manny Pacquiao being on PEDs, or maybe Manny Pacquiao knowing how to throw a punch, fast hands, and Keith Thurman just not being there. Up all night gambling, sleeping on his way to the car. He couldn't keep his eyes open before the fight. Now, he did do something incredible, that being Manny Pacquiao. Beating Keith Thurman at 40 years old, that's incredible. Beating Adrian Broner, I guess that's not so good. Keith Thurman being that step up, undefeated fighter. Okay. How good is Keith Thurman now? We'll see. He didn't look that good against Lopez. He definitely didn't look that good against an all-time great fighter in Manny Pacquiao. He looked okay. He looked his best when Manny Pacquiao showed exhaustion. I'm not sure if that is a trait of somebody who's on PEDs. But here's the thing. I'm not taking up for Manny Pacquiao. I can't prove either way. Only thing we know for sure is that Manny Pacquiao, he never failed a test before. That's what we can say for sure. Sullivan from the WBC, he said he only had one statement, and that's Manny Pacquiao never failed a drug test. It's ridiculous to think that he's on something, pretty much. What I can say is that Manny Pacquiao did something incredible July 20th against Keith Thurman, 40 years old. And he's been doing incredible things for a while. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think that is the foundation of the argument. Not that he's failed drug testing before, but he keep doing incredible things. He doesn't share the same shortcomings as a lot of fighters. 8-division world champion, small man, big man. Beating guys at 40 years old, top guys. Strange. Bernard Hopkins, that was strange. Henry Armstrong, that was strange. George Foreman, that was strange. And me, as of right now, I just see Manny Pacquiao as another strange thing. Not impossible. And since he doesn't share the same shortcomings as many other fighters, your normal great fighter or your average guy, he must be doing something extra. It's the only argument. Me, I'm going to side on this. This is the side I'm standing on. I like seeing great things. I like seeing people accomplish things that I haven't seen before. I cheer those things. I don't give it a head scratch, or I don't try to come up with some kind of excuse for others not being able to accomplish those things. I just like seeing great things, and Manny Pacquiao, he's doing that. Until we get something that we can actually hold as something tangible, like a failed drug test. As of right now, I'm on the side of Manny Pacquiao. He just did another great thing July 20th against Keith Thurman. Comment below, let me know what you think. And ShowBizz for don't. I'm not going to argue so much against Teddy Atlas. He's one of the oracles in my opinion. I'm reading his book. And he's been consistent. Teddy Atlas, he's been accusing Manny Pacquiao of this for many years now. So that's just where he's staying. I respect his opinion. I'm out.